A good evening to you all, and thank you very much for joining us here on Rwanda Television News tonight. We do hope you had yourselves a very productive Tuesday. Now here's a sneak peek at our edition tonight. President Paul Kagame and First Lady of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, have received His Majesty King Mswatini III and Inkosikati Mashwama at Village Urugwiro for an official welcome ceremony. 16 researchers were awarded over 1.3 billion Rwandan francs to fund projects aimed at addressing various national challenges. And on the international scale, as Nigeria struggles with food insecurity, young Nigerians and startups are seeking to revolutionize the agricultural sector through technology. We are very glad to have your company tonight, coming to you straight from the heart of Africa, Kigali, and my name is Martina Abera. Now, before we kick things off with our bulletin, we would like to inform you that a communique from the Office of the President has been released, and pursuant to the Constitution of the Republic of Rwanda, especially in its Article 116, on this day, the 13th of August 2024, His Excellency the President of the Republic has appointed Dr. Edward Ngirente as Prime Minister. This was done at Kigali on the 13th of August 2024 from the Office of the President. Moving on, President Paul Kagame and the First Lady of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, have received His Majesty King Mswati III and Inkosikati Mashwama at Village Urugwiro for an official welcome ceremony, during which King Mswati inspected the guard of honor before the two heads of state proceeded to hold a tete-a-tete. They also witnessed the signing of memoranda of understanding on defense, police cooperation, correction service, and visa exemption for holders of diplomatic and service passports.
Over the years, several high-level visits have been undertaken in Rwanda and Eswatini by our respective delegations. This is a good foundation to build on. In Rwanda, we are very eager to share with partners and friends such as Eswatini our experience in the transformation journey of our country. That is why we established the Rwanda Cooperative or Cooperation Initiative. That is what creates tangible results on the ground. Your Majesty, I once again thank you for visiting our country. I hope you are so far enjoying your stay with us, and I look forward to continuing working with you and looking forward to the day I should visit Eswatini and Your Majesty in the near future.
Today we are witnessing the signing of 4 memoranda of understanding which emanate and seek to operationalize the initial agreement. We look forward to putting this agreement to full effect, as it allows the two countries to share knowledge on trade, tourism, economic, scientific, technical, environmental, educational, and cultural matters. This will further help to enhance hands-on skills and international exchange of technical expertise and benchmarking exercises to learn more about human capital development between our two countries. We are alive to the fact that Rwanda has advanced in ICT programs, as we have witnessed from our visit yesterday at the Irembo Technology Company, which supports the government in its endeavor to deliver services and innovative digital solutions.
The official visit follows the King's participation in the presidential inauguration over the weekend and aims to further bolster the growing bilateral cooperation between Rwanda and the Kingdom of Eswatini. Let us also inform you that on Tuesday, King Mswati III visited Carnegie Mellon University and Africa Improved Foods, both located in the Special Economic Zone at Masoro, Gasabo District here in Kigali City. As we just saw, the visit came after discussions with President Paul Kagame and the signing of memoranda of understanding in various sectors, including technology, education, and the economy. Moving on, 16 researchers were awarded over 1.3 billion Rwandan francs to fund projects aimed at addressing various national challenges. The National Council for Science and Technology, NCST, emphasizes that research efforts will continue to be strongly supported and enforced. Olive Nete has more on the report.
Thank you very much.
Several of these researchers have exceptional projects that clearly outline the specific issues they aim to address through their research.
Our project is about a national program on sustainable use of organic fertilizers. So as we know, the fertility is depleting all over the country, and we need to improve the fertility by incorporating the organic fertilizer in our package, because mostly we are relying on inorganic fertilizers. And then we want to enhance the use of organic fertilizers so that we can improve the fertility of the soil in the long term, but also improve the productivity of the crop that we are growing.
Women in research, yes, we do have different challenges. Sometimes it is about working environment, because as you know, research needs time. You don't just go there and then write a paper. You need to do some analysis, you have to do some lab experiment, and you need to go outside for data correction. All those kind of activities needs a working environment. Let's say there is a woman researcher who has a baby, and she has to go to the field with the baby. If the environment doesn't provide with her the baby care, things are not going to go well. So that is one of the challenge. The working environment has to be improved.
Dr. Eugene Mutimura, Executive Secretary of the National Council for Science and Technology, commends the research activities being conducted, noting their significance in addressing a range of national challenges.
The research activities and projects funded respond to national needs and are geared towards advancing socio-economic progress of our citizens. I gave examples already that we are funding several research projects, particularly research projects that are addressing malnutrition and stunting. And this is critically important. We are funding also projects that are going to be commercialized and result into technology development and economic growth. I gave also examples of some of the research projects activities that are geared towards better quality and manufacturing of organic fertilizers. And so the research projects the government funds are related to national priorities.
Engineer Pascal Gatabazi, Chief Technical Advisor at the Ministry of Education, highlights that as the country's capacity grows, there will be an increase in both the volume and enforcement of research activities.
So as a ministry, we want to commend the good work that is being done by the National Council of Science and Technology to spearhead research and innovation in the country. The participation of the private sector is still a bit low, but as the economy continues to grow, we will see the growth in the private sector. So we want to appreciate the work done by our government. Our government is putting very significant resources to support research and innovation, and we believe it will trigger our development. We want also to appreciate the science and technology institutions that are globally recognized that are here in Rwanda. These are the efforts. I think you can see we are happy and we are very proud of the leadership of our country. You see, you saw yesterday, the whole Africa was here and the other partners. It goes with everything, including research and development.
In the 2022-2023 fiscal year, the government allocated approximately $130 billion to research, representing 0.79% of the country's gross domestic product. The African Union has set a target for each member nation to invest at least 1% of its GDP in research by 2024. Olive Nete, RwandaTV News.
We would like to correct a statement that was made through the story. It is not $1.3 billion, rather 1.3 billion Rwandan francs. Now, as we go ahead, people across the country express that the citizen-centered leadership is one of the key factors that inspires their trust in the government. Adam Squizera with more.
Paul Kagame ndahiriye u Rwanda ku mugaragaro.
In 2003, Rwanda took another significant step towards democracy. It was the first 7-year term of the head of state. That followed 9 years of transitional government that came to an end after the first ever presidential elections after the genocide against Tutsi. This change occurred 5 years after the Urugwiro consultative dialogue, which took place between May 1998 and 1999. The discussions from this dialogue are considered as a foundational element of the governance system that Rwanda has built up to the present day. As noted by Dr. Rwigema Celestin, who was the Prime Minister at that time. As I was explaining, the Urugwiro consultative dialogue laid the basic foundation for where we are now. The dialogue, which spanned from May 1998 to May 1999, was crucial. I witnessed the first hand as a Prime Minister at that time. The outcome of those discussions was to establish fundamental principles, which we still adhere today. Dr. Pierre Celestin Rwigema highlighted that implementing the resolutions from the Urugwiro consultative dialogue was challenging. Some participants viewed these resolutions as unrealistic. Santumure Shangano Mariros, who described the implementation process as a bitter pill for some, making it difficult for them to believe in its feasibility. It wasn't easy at all. There were confusions everywhere. It required a unique approach and a decisive decision making to move things forward.
Mu by'ukuri imyumvire yari itandukanye, urwikekwe rwari rwinshi, abantu mbese bumva nta buzima, ariko nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika.
Indeed, there were different perspectives, and trust among the people was shattered, with no hope of rebuilding their lives. However, His Excellency the President of the Republic, together with RPF Inkotanyi, did a remarkable job in reuniting Rwandans. Through programs like the repatriation of refugees and many others, we discovered that unity is indeed possible.
Muri jenoside bazivanga n'ingabo za RPF zihinduka ingabo z'igihugu, ni naho cyane naho kintu cyatumye bigaragara ko ubumwe bushoboka.
Nyakubahwa Chairman, umugore uba afite uruhare runini mu kubaka.
Kamariros, a resident of Rwanda district, Chinihera sector, testifies to the effectiveness of citizen-centered leadership. She believes that the challenges faced during the implementation of such resolutions, which some saw as a bitter pill, have actually been a catalyst for the significant progress she experienced.
Being an inclusive government where no one is left behind due to any factors has been pivotal. Personally, I've made significant progress thanks to President Kagame for his great advice and guidance.
In this line of good governance, residents express deep appreciation for programs designed to alleviate poverty and enhance the development, particularly through the homegrown solutions.
In Chinihira sector, there were once grass-thatched houses, and some people living in them were not particularly bothered by their situation, not necessarily due to poverty or any other factor. However, after initiating a program dedicated to eradicating those grass-thatched houses, residents were encouraged to find homegrown solutions to improve their living conditions. Some managed to build houses for themselves, while others with lower incomes were assisted by the government.
leta yarabafashije muri ya gahunda nziza yo gushyira umuturage ku isonga barabubakira.
Umunyarwanda yahawe agaciro aho umuntu wose akandagiye ejo bundi igihe
We've gained dignity everywhere we go. Recently, after receiving a cure, a Congolese person remarked, "Can you please let us Kagame to lead us for just 2 years?"
nibwo bambwiraga ngo akudupatiya Paul Kagame tuongoza omwe myaka 2 banduko.
This song became popular during the campaign rallies of the RPF Northern candidate. His Excellency Paul Kagame highlights his extraordinary leadership that has brought Rwanda to a level of development that once seems to be impossible to others. The lyrics celebrates his unique vision and commitment, capturing the hope and pride of the nation in its ongoing journey of progress and transformation.
Abanyarwanda barajijutse barareba bakavuga bati umuntu aho yadukuye habe baza aho bavuye.
Rwandans are wise enough to recognize where they come from and where they are now. They understand that by staying with his leadership, the progress will continue, and that's why they cast their votes to him. For those who speak negatively, as the song says, we have no room for them anymore. In fact, those votes were the simple words to silence them.
Cecekeshira bayita kimya. Ubundi byo abaturage batoye Kagame ni kimya mu cyongereza bavuga ngo ceceka.
This development is evident in various sectors such as health, education, economy, and infrastructure, positioning Rwanda as a regional hub for growth and innovation.
Now we are
can deny the pride we have in where we are now, the dignity we've gained both nationally and internationally, along with the significant development we've achieved. On the night of July 15th this year, Rwandans reaffirmed their trust in leadership that prioritizes its citizens by re-electing His Excellency Paul Kagame with 99.18% of votes cast. For the reasons reflects their confidence in the future of Rwanda, particularly during President Kagame's upcoming 5-year term.
They demonstrated a deep understanding of their president, knowing exactly where he led them, recognizing where they stand now, and having a clear vision of where they are headed.
For
promoting the well-being of the citizens and ensuring Rwanda's security, because without security, nothing else is possible. That is why we are here. If it weren't for the person who dedicated himself to his country, I wouldn't have achieved all these things.
This good leadership and the natural beauty of Rwanda, may God grant you 7 times more so that you can continue to provide us and help us stand firm. This term marks the first time Kagame will serve a 5-year term, following the 2015 revision of the Rwandan constitution, whereas within 15 days of his inauguration, President Kagame is expected to appoint the Prime Minister, who will then help in forming the rest of the cabinet within another 15 days. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.
Once again, on behalf of the news production team and the technical team, would like to thank you very much for sticking with us on RTV News. My name is Martina Avera. Stay safe and have a good night.